How do I know if it's recording? How do I know if it's recording? Well, I hit record and then it went away. But then this changed. So does that mean it's recording? Because
It
in,
does say recording right there.
okay, so in the back, it said you cannot record until the host joins. So I came up here and it's fine.
So here's where we need, see that, we need to go get rid of that.
He will.
Oh,
He will. They're screen share. Yeah, they know.
You know how to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to turn your mics on.
Push the button, did not come up.
Say something. No.
Yeah, I pushed the button, so. You said, oh, push mute and then what?
Push mute until the light comes on.
Flashing.
Yep.
Flashing, so.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Oh, we'll just mute it.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay.
Yeah, I like it when I'm.
Are you sitting in here? Are you coming out? Well, I'm just saying, if you're got a hot mic, you know.
I don't know, my dad, that.
Right.
I'm gonna mute it and then.
You can't just,
Okay. let's take-
Probably the land and what they were gonna, they knew
That's
which
not
house
gonna
they were
happen
gonna
for
put on,
Andy.
it's probably just the builder's
Yeah.
stuff.
License.
Anyway.
Each other where Ann gets her.
Would she like that?
But, I mean, it's like-
Well, when he,
I
you put it on your dog, you like, but I was like, no, but I used to.
mean, well, probably.
We can only do one.
Okay. I mean, I like dealing with the agents and the calls and never guess what happens, but some of those stories. But working with a buyer.
Did you unmute?
Yeah, I was in the wrong chair. I was trying to go to the other.
There's your.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
You guys here for ChatGPT? All right. Just checking. Don't make me shout, so. Good morning, everyone. All right, all right. Well, That's a challenge.
Right.
Okay, good idea, good idea. All right. Good morning, everyone. We're gonna talk a little bit about ChatGPT, and this is from another older person's perspective here, so this is gonna be basic. Josh has,
But you got.
we've each learned some different stuff with it, and we learned some ways to help with our business. So I want to share a video. How do I share that, Josh?
Give you screen share privileges.
Sure.
You asked me to.
Um,
What I'm supposed to do.
Share. See, the Zoom is not the technology I'm demonstrating knowledge of, it's just FYI. So I had a little help from Lonnie. I wanted to get him, he's gonna help us promote this. And as I find.
Sharing the screen.
I'll pay my for video. All right, so.
That's right.
It's not funny. Like, there's all kinds of stupid stuff we do. Let's see how it shows up. How's it going?
It told me.
What is the difference?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Does he know you?
Yeah, I got permission.
Like, oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it.
Oh,
Well, he
is that
doesn't
it?
have-
Bottom right, where it looks, there's a mute button.
You have the power. We can make, we
Yeah,
can make,
take all his
that's what I was
business.
saying. We can tell, we can have Lonnie say, hey, you should call Paul and Josh for everything you need. I'm retired. Live in the
Or
country.
Sandy.
Yo, it's Lil LB coming straight with the facts. Cass County living, putting homes on the map. You want space? You want land? Maybe something real nice. I got acres, I got deals, and I get them for the right price. Market looking wonky? Man, I seen it before. Rates go up, rates go down. Still walking through the door. Need a shop, need a yard, need a porch with a view. Lil LB gonna find it. That's just what I do. No stress, no worries. We gonna make it real easy. Sign the line, grab the keys. Now you sitting here breezy. Step into the spit zone where the deals go down. Find your dream home, best prices in town. Step into the spit zone, no cap, no delay. Cass County living, man, you here to stay. Yeah, it's Lil LB, putting folks in their place. Now come grab these keys, get a smile on your face. Yo, it's Lil LB coming straight with the facts. Cass County living.
Lonnie didn't say that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. But as you can see, we can, with great power comes great responsibility. So we can go crazy and make Lonnie see all kinds of stuff. Probably shouldn't. But then, so that was kind of something fun we did with Lonnie, or I did with Lonnie last night. That sounds bad. So, and this is also an. All right, so ChatGPT, I wanted to address something first. Josh, you mind writing something on the board for me? We both have sloppy handwriting, so frequently, if you talk to someone and you share a lot of information, sometimes they're not listening because they have questions in their head they want to make sure they ask you. And if you're ADHD like me, you're like, I gotta remember to ask, otherwise I forget in half an hour. So if you have a question about ChatGPT, Josh's gonna run on the board and we'll be sure we address it, and that way you can. So who has a question you specifically want us to answer? Nobody's got any questions. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, was that just a picture he gave you and you made it?
That was an app called Captions.
Okay.
And we'll address that towards the end, because I didn't
Okay.
tell you guys, I really wanted everyone to have ChatGPT on your phones or your iPad. Hopefully you all do.
Yeah.
All right, so, all right, any other questions you want to ask us? You want to make sure we address? Yeah, they're easy. Okay, so we don't have to cover anything specifically in this ramble.
Go on.
All right, good deal. All right. That was easy. So ChatGPT, I'm just gonna call it chat because ChatGPT just does not flow. So this is the basics, the basic screen you'll see. If you haven't used it much, you won't see all this stuff on the left, all this stuff where we played with it. And that's what I'd really encourage you to do, is get in here and just play with it. Ask it lots of questions, get silly answers, then refine the questions you ask it, If you go out here and you say something like, what do I need to do to get more listings? It's going to give you a very general answer. If you go in there and you say, I'm an agent, I've been in the business for years, I've sold 10 homes last year, and I want to sell 25 this year. I'm in Cass County, Missouri, my price point range is this. What can you suggest I do to help get more business? Oh, and maybe I have a tight budget because I've had a crappy year, so help me do the best marketing for the lowest price to get more clients. Something like that. And what's nice is you get this little microphone and just talk to it. So I can say, ChatGPT, I want to find out who the top 5 agents in Cass County are, Cass County, Missouri. And can you tell me anything they have in common in their businesses that maybe I should work in my business? So, and somehow the recording must be longer than a second. Anyways.
It's probably not gonna work.
So I already asked this question earlier, so I kind of cheated. So.
It's not working because he's on Zoom and on all the other stuff, his recording won't work. I don't talk to it because it creeps me out. I just type to it because the voices can be pretty good and I don't.
All right, so basically I asked that question earlier.
Do you talk to it? And
I talked to it all the time. I was at the gym talking to it because before class, so,
He's your friend.
it can,
New friend?
it has the potential to make life a lot easier for you. So, it doesn't know how to spell Fife very well. You can see that
Is
there.
that the free version of ChatGPT or?
This is $20 a month. So it's 4.0, and that's something, I guess I'll show you some of that stuff. Get rid of that. Apologize. There's so much in here, and we just kind of play with it. So you can see there's ChatGPT 4.0. That's $20 a month. There's schedule with tasks, that's beta. And then there's the research preview. Never touched that, but you'll see at the bottom here, it says deep research. You can dig into it more. We tend to use Gemini, which is by Google, for more of that. It's got more updated information. The free version, I believe, is the 03, one of these down
The
here.
main difference with that is it doesn't have up-to-date info. So if you're looking 2024 stats, the free version's only updated with info, like everything on the internet, but updated to like 2020, 2021. And then there's a few other features, but as far as most general use, the free version can do most of the stuff you're gonna want, as far as some of the things we're gonna talk about.
So the ChatGPT is more so for informational purposes and stats and
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, so,
That's on stats, if you want
Yeah.
current stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
So even with the paid version, Google has their own AI. It does better on specific information. If you're looking for stats like 2024 housing reports, verify everything. But you can ask it to cite it too. And on the Google Gemini, it always cites where it got that information from. So it does better for stats, but as far as creativity, ChatGPT blows Gemini out of the water.
Okay.
Just as far as actually creating worthwhile scripts and
Marketing.
it does much better with that stuff.
These companies are investing a lot of time and money in AI. So let me show you. So I got this picture. I gotta give permission. All right. So we all get that monthly email from KCRER that shows us a little thing here. Josh, why isn't it letting me do this? Shows. There we go. So this little picture, you guys seen that one? All right, so that's got some market stats, right? So we can put that into ChatGPT. And we can say something like, hey, can you give me a really concise, brief, user-friendly post, Facebook post made from this graphic that I can share with my potential real estate clients? You can mumble through this crap, doesn't matter. Make it brief and make it for like a 10th grade level and don't have a whole lot of real estate jargon in it. Sounds very long, but yeah, I'm lazy. I don't want to type all that crap. So
They don't.
recorder must be logged in. Damn. I gotta log in. I was thinking, okay, so I can open a real estate. Okay, it's reading it. How can I assist you? All right. Can you give me a really brief, concise report for that I can share as a Facebook post or other social media and make it very user-friendly, like at a 10th grade level, so it's not hard to understand. And also include a call to action for them to text me or call me if they have more questions. It got the first part. It didn't?
No, you just uploaded
All right,
the image.
so typically you can record that, so, all right. Fortunately, it figures it out.
It's just so smart, isn't it?
While you're typing, so, if you pull in an image with AI, sometimes they are kind of funky, arms in the wrong place type thing. Does this do the same thing from a verbal standpoint? Do you see a lot of misspelled words? Do you see, incorrect content?
If you create images in here, yeah, they're not gonna.
No,
I'm
no,
not talking
text,
about-
no,
No, I'm
text it
talking
doesn't.
about like text
No, it doesn't.
content. If it gave you a list of things to do, would it potentially say, go bungee jumping off of, I'm like,
No.
you see what I'm saying?
No, the information's a lot better, the technology, and I'm sure Caesar kid knows a whole lot about it, but no, it doesn't make
You
those
don't see a
mistakes.
lot of,
text-wise. No,
a lot of those kind of odd things.
yeah, you don't with the text.
It also creates images on this.
Yeah, it's a separate, it's all OpenAI is like the parent company, and it's called, I think, DALL-E on this one, and I think it's an additional thing.
Okay,
Um,
so it's not with the
but
ChatGPT, but it's
It,
another.
yeah, it works under ChatGPT, but I think it's still a separate app. Or a separate system, but you can access it under here. I think you have to have a separate account. Or I
What was it called?
think it's called DALL-E, but you can access it under ChatGPT. It's a specific thing you click and
Like a subreddit thing.
Yeah.
Link them.
yeah,
Yeah, over
Yeah.
here, you click on Explore GPTs, a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
And you can choose, like, you can see logo creator, and it does kind of like what she mentioned, where it doesn't know how to spell. So,
yeah. Creating the images, it doesn't spell
No,
correctly either.
and I'm not
which-
talking about like that.
But yeah, no, it
Like
doesn't make
that
those
content.
mistakes in text.
so you can see the little post it gave me. I personally don't like all the little check marks and stuff, but some people do. So you can leave it in there, you can tweak it. But anything like this, you also want to verify it, make sure it's accurate. Otherwise you can look stupid. So, there are some cases where if it doesn't know the answer, it will make stuff up. So it's kind of fun.
That's what I was talking about.
But,
You mean.
Yeah.
but when we give it data, it should draw from that data.
That's
So,
more on stats.
Okay,
If you're having it pull its own stats, and that's what he's kind of showing the example of, and that's pretty common. We get the stats
Mhm.
from wherever. You can copy it. If you get an email from, or open something up with KCRER that's a text of monthly house and inventory report, you can copy that, paste it in there, right underneath it. Hey, summarize this in a 10th grade level
Okay.
to help me understand it. And then you can have it do that. And then you say, make that into 3 different Facebook posts I can post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, talking about the housing market in Cass County.
Will it understand, the text on an image if you're uploading an image? or does
Yeah.
it have to be
That's what it
text?
is.
that's what
Yeah.
you just did.
I think you have to have the paid version, and that's a newer thing. As like a couple months ago,
Okay.
it was started able to be read text off an
And
image.
so then when it does that and it pops up with the information like that,
Yeah.
it doesn't automatically, you can't automatically upload it to your socials, right? Would you have to like copy
Yeah.
that and then print it?
Yeah, copy it and paste it in
Yeah.
there or
Well,
whatever, yeah.
when I did it yesterday, it said to did I want to share it? And I said, yeah, and I put it over to Facebook, but then I didn't share it actually.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see what it came up like, and it says Chat GPT, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want all that crap. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what,
want-
well, we always just copy and paste it.
Okay,
And Facebook's tricky in general on third-party apps posting. They just
Mm-hmm.
have really strict policies on that. So sometimes they don't work
oh,
the
yeah, it
best.
didn't.
So, see, I always just copy and paste it.
So it made this little Facebook post for me, right? So we did that. Then I said, can you make a 60-second script that I can share to make a video? Right, so that could be a video, something I could read myself in a video, could be something I can put in with my chat AI twin. To make a video like the Lottie thing, I've got AI twins for myself. It could be, do a variety of things with that. I could also, oops, where did I give you that? Make a blog post about 500 words
But typically does best
long.
when you provide the stats to it and have it, and then you have it create a Facebook post. You have it create a video script. But ChatGPT does best when you provide it the stats. But you can use little Google's AI and get the stats. That's what I usually do. Get information from Google, copy and paste in here, say, hey, make this sound coherent or whatever.
So this time I asked it to make a blog post, 500 words long. I don't know how long a blog post should be. I just chose that number. So if you don't know, in our websites, you have the ability to put blog posts on your website. Never done, but you could. So in Facebook, you have the ability to have a blog Facebook page. Opened one up, but never done much with it. So, and of course, with everything else, broker Darren's here, you gotta make sure you have the appropriate contact information in your post, or at least associated. If you're sharing it to your website, it's there. But if you're, so you guys be smart and keep within the rules.
And that's one of the benefits. So with the paid version also, there's basically a blank slate where it's like, you can type in information about you and it uses that information in every single response. So it knows, I asked it the other day what it knows, which is kind of fascinating. But I asked, hey, what do you know about me in 50 words? And it knows I'm a real estate agent in Kansas City. It thinks I'm 25, not 23. I'm not going to correct it. And it's just from things I've taught it. It knows that I do weekly home tour videos because they've spitballed home tour ideas. And like, it knows all of that about me. So when I have it create a Facebook post, it automatically creates it like I'm a 25-year-old from Kansas City.
Do you have to plug that info into your profile in there, or is that just like you said
There's a-
over the course?
There's,
of the
it does,
email?
it learns over time, but on the paid version, there's a specific option on the profile where you can just input as much information as you want about yourself.
Okay.
It does learn over time,
On the
but
paid version.
yeah, but yeah, the free version, and if you have the free version, you basically just give it that info in your prompt. Say, hey, I'm a real estate agent, or you don't have to say, hey,
Okay.
but I'm a real estate agent in Cass County. My target market is this. Help me create a Facebook post to appeal to those people. So if you don't have the paid version, you just have to get specific every time you put in the prompt.
About
The
every
old
time.
question to the last 15 minutes, or we're not gonna get very far. So one thing, I was listening to Ryan Searhamp this morning. Good to listen to in the shower, and he was talking about the difference between a tech-enabled agent and a tech-empowered agent. And I think doesn't just apply to this, it also applies to Command. They've enabled us with all kinds of tools, and a lot of us don't even use them, so we're not very empowered by them. And that's kind of what this refers to here, is tech-enabled agent might use a CRM to track leads, but still relies on manual follow-ups and traditional networking to generate business. The mindset might be tech helps me do my job better, where the tech-empowered agent might automate lead generation and nurturing using AI for market analysis and leveraging digital content marketing, like SEO, YouTube, social media to attract clients without relying on cold calls. Who loves cold calls? So tech can transform your business. So, and then we get on down here, it sums it up, which I kind of liked. The key difference, who's in control? Tech-enabled agents use tools designed by others to support their business, where tech-empowered agents own and optimize the technology to create a more efficient, scalable, and differentiated real estate business. And when they say own, they mean you. Well, what you don't own, like create it, you're not Jeff Bezos, but you actually use it to the most of your ability, or you hire someone else to do so for you. Way I look, another thing I asked it to I wanted a good analogy to share. So I said, think of AI prompts. I told her what I wanted. It said, think of AI prompts like cooking with ground beef. A basic AI prompt is like plain unseasoned ground beef. Like if I say, tell me about the market. Technically it's food, but it's not exciting. You get something functional, but it might be bland and uninspiring. Now, when you craft a really specific AI prompt, giving it details, context, and clear instructions, it's like adding the right blend of spices, herbs, and flavors to taste better, basically. The better your seasoning or your prompts, the better the AI's output, more engaging, relevant, and tailored to your needs. So if you went, I know a few people here went to the chamber thing a couple months ago, a month or so ago. Burton Kelso was there, and he was talking about AI, and it was very basic, and he said, too many people do a 5 or 6 word prompt when asking it for information. And he suggests 21 words. Because you can ramble, talk to it, and stumble over your words. It doesn't care. And then you can ask it for information, and then you'll get better information. And I got printouts of a couple of these things. I had it create, this is something that's kind of fun. It created this for me. I asked it for, I'll show you the prompt. You can see how I ramble. Can you give me a good description of good advice to give to newer agents or newer people to ChatGPT so they understand the power of a good prompt? You don't want to get too techy, but just as far, see, I'm rambling here, as far as the audience and whoever it is they're looking for, see, all over the place. So it doesn't matter. So they know how to make a good prompt to get the best results the first time. So it's like, sure. And it gave me all this stuff. Tells you, don't say, how do I get leads? Say, I'm a new agent in Kansas City, focusing on helping first-time home buyers. What are the top 3 lead generation strategies I can focus? And it gives you all this stuff. I have a printout. So then I said, give me a PDF of that. Gave me a PDF. So that's nice. So I don't have to, because that's a weird format to try to print up. But it gave me a PDF. And I got several that I'll share with you at the end, otherwise you'll likely be distracted. So then I had it write a rap for little LB. You know, you can see it's got the whole rap there. It's supposed to be a mic drop at the end. We didn't do that.
What was the prompt you used on that? Seasoned agent, create a rap?
I
Or
said,
how did you do it?
well, you know, you heard it say wonky and spit zone, a lot of words, right? So I said, all right, it did one first and it was too long. And I wanted it to switch from Lonnie to little LB, because that was a later thought. And so the initial prompt was, can you write a rap about buying real estate in Cass County and use the words spit zone and wonky at least 2 times each in that rap? And it's from a guy who's about 60 years old, and it can only be about a minute. So he's 59. He's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too much behind me.
so, okay, so I knew Lonnie, Darren, and my brother all graduated. They're all old. So we're all old. So then it made it too long, so I said it can only be about 60 seconds long. And the agent's saying his name is Lonnie, it's not Paul, because initially he had my name. So I have something, maybe it rhymes with Lonnie. See, this is all over the place. And then I said, because it used spit zone as a verb in the first one. I said, no, or an adjective. I said, make it a noun or a place. So it switched that around. So I had to give it more information. So it gave me the first one. Then I thought, oh, I like it, little LB better. So I had it add that. I said, let's say that maybe at the beginning and at the end of the rap, remember it can only be 60 seconds long. So that's the prompts I used to get it. And I had to tweak it. I didn't get it right the first time. But then even like the prompt I shared this morning reminded me of class. I said, all right, this is going to be an entry-level class. I'm going to teach them everything they need to know. It's going to be very basic. Can you kind of build on that? So it gave me that. That was after the first one where I didn't like it. So I had to rewrite it again, you know. And this is something that Josh and I did due to Tom Ferry told us to do it. So we did. We basically prompted it to ask us questions. And I'll show you the prompt. I had it go find the prompt or something like it. And there's all the answers. I'll show you that in a second. I said, so can you find me the prompt we use for this? And then it did tell me it can't find the exact prompt we use, but based on the structure of the questions and responses, it was something like this. And then you can see it says, this would have been what I would have said, and I believe I said in the style of Gary Keller and Tom Ferry. I want to do a deep dive into my business plan. And you asked me at least 20 questions structured or a Q&A style to help me think through my ideal business, income goals, lifestyle aspirations, legacy, and the systems I need to put in place. I want this to cover both short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. Then it would have led to a structured Q&A. So then it brought up what I asked, and I have Josh is here too, because we both did it.
Well, you know, so much.
So I'm not, so it asked me initially, what is your ultimate career dream? And like I said, to build a real estate business that supports not just yourself, well, I didn't say it in that context, not just myself and Joshua, but also creates opportunities for other family members, maybe grandkids and friends. Then it asked me, based on that answer, asked me, what does financial security mean to me? So then it says, I said, being able to cover your bills without stress, support your mother and Angie's mother as they age, and help your kids financially if needed, but not ongoing support unless they work in the business. So helping them, not taking care of them forever. Then it asked, what's your ideal retirement lifestyle? I said, traveling with my wife, primarily in the USA, but also Europe, maybe in an RV or by flying. A major goal is hiking the Appalachian Trail before I turn 60. And I mean like 100 miles up, not the whole thing. With hopes that Josh and Angie will join me for parts of it. So then it asked, what's my 1-year income goal? 400,000 GCI with 50 units. That's kind of a combination. What's your 5-year goal? 800,000 with 80 units. What's your 10-year goal? And how do you define success? So it gave me these questions. I had a discussion with it, and then we got answers to the questions. So the fun part was I had to give me a recap of all that.
And you can have it ask you in any way you want. I used it as a therapist a few weeks ago. I basically did a similar prompt where I said, ask me questions one at a time in the style of Jordan Peterson. Ask me 20 questions that and use my responses in your next question, as your follow-up question, use my response to help me identify my psychological weaknesses. So I had to ask me one question at a time. So question one, I answered it and used that response to ask me the next question. At the end, we evaluated my psychological weaknesses. Don't fire your therapist. I don't have one. So I was like, oh, let me see if ChatGPT makes sense. But you can kind of ask it to have it structure it however you want. I had to ask me one question at a time so I could just respond, and then it could use that in the next question. And by the end, it was freaky because it was like, these are probably your psychological. I'm like, that's what my girlfriend says. So I tried to just listen to her the whole time. But you can ask it. Don't use it as a therapist. But for the business stuff, you can ask it that, hey, help me figure out what my why is, and so, teach it a little about what your why is. Because sometimes it's hard for us to identify that, especially if you're young. Because if you got kids and a wife, it's really easy to be, well, that's my why. I got a girlfriend and a dog, but so it's sometimes you can prompt it to ask you questions like that, and it kind of help you work through ideas in your own head, like a therapist does or like a business coach does, where half the time they're asking you questions, and kind of help you get there. But so that's what he used it for. But for the business stuff, I don't think he uses it as a therapist, but
You got it made though, being 23 and realizing you even need a wife.
yeah.
Yeah, when I was 23, I did not care about that.
Also, well, I want a lot of money, so that's one why, but I decided get specifics good too. The 63 Corvette, that's my why.
So we can do a lot of things in here. Showed you the market update. I also asked it to give me a 14-day challenge to get someone playing with AI a little bit. So it did that. And I got a print out of that for you. And it starts out very basic. Day one, ask ChatGPT, it says, tell me a fun fact about real estate. Of course, you could say, tell me a fun fact about real estate in Missouri. You could say, give me a fun fact relating this year to the last 20 years, or whatever. You can go wherever you want to go. Number 2, generate a social media post. Write me a friendly, engaging Facebook post on why spring is a great time to solve. That seems appropriate for this time of year, right? So I've got this little printed out for you because I had it make it a PDF and printed that out for you. So I'll give that to you in a bit. There's our real estate rep. I asked it for some engaging marketing responses. This is all stuff, you know, you can do. So I just asked it, what's the most engaging answer I can share with someone when they ask me the basic question, how's the market? Ever hear that? How's the market?
Yeah.
Or how's real estate business been? You don't know what to say. So what if you just have kind of a pre-programmed answer? And we've got 4 styles. So we've got the data-driven pro, you know, that engineer nerd you're talking to, or the storyteller. You can maybe appeal to someone of a different style of communicating. Real estate is kind of like a good reality show right now. Lots of twists and turns. Some homes are selling in days, some sit longer, and every deal feels like a puzzle to solve. Everyone relate? Just last week, I helped a seller get top dollar on a home they thought would sit for months, and I've got buyers finding some great deals every day. So that's, then of course you have a little indie there to open any question. What have you been hearing? You know?
That is the thing. So sometimes with these prompts, it's, and you just gotta read it before you copy and paste it on Facebook. Sometimes it does say specific things and it's using examples, but you gotta make sure that it caters. Like it will say, well, I helped the seller get top dollar for their home last week. It doesn't know if you did or didn't. It's just using real estate terms. So sometimes that's where you'll see it kind of fill in a little bit, make it a little personalized. But if you give it that information, if you tell it, hey, I'm trying to get an answer for this and talk about your experience, say, hey, I want to learn about, or basically ask it for this, and also say, things are picking up as in Kansas City for the real estate market. I've started working with a lot more buyers or whatever, or sellers are slowly coming to the market. Give it like a little of that info, and then it'll cater all those responses to, you know, you can kind of tweak it with that just by giving it a little more personal info. Because he did help a seller get top dollar last week, so we lucked out on that. But sometimes that's where you'll see it kind of just fill in stuff where it says, I did this last week. You're like, I didn't do anything last week. I was in Jamaica. So you just got to read it. But
So that's one easy example, is, you know, it's for those of us who go to chamber meetings or other networking meetings, sometimes you have that 30 seconds to give your spiel. It's nice to have something to say. And something maybe you wrote practice a little bit prior to getting into that environment when you're all nervous and getting cotton mouth because someone calls on you. So that's a fight or flight response. When you get cotton mouth, that's a fight or flight response. It's a normal thing. And it's
that's the only way you get it.
an accurate.
From
Right.
the 70s. When people-
It's a snake. All right, so you can also, so I'll just show you, I asked it for a logo earlier, playing around with that. You can see it doesn't spell well, and it's just stupid. So it's not, it's Fiverr is your better bet for that. That's where we got our logos made.
But it's getting there. And if you go, you can go find a million different AI logo creator systems.
Yeah.
And they kind of all going to be some sort of version of that. There's a million different websites for every single thing, version of AI, but ChatGPT is the most developed. And it learns anytime somebody uses it. So sometimes there's like, you see a new app come out that says it's AI. It doesn't have very many people using it. It's not learning all the time because it learns every time we put in a prompt, ChatGPT gets smarter. It learns from that prompt. It says, oh, this is the kinds of questions real estate agents ask. I'm going to prepare some of my answers for real estate agents based around this stuff. So the fact that ChatGPT is the most used AI model, it's learning every single day. And even from when we started using it 2 years ago, or really a year and a half ago, to where it is now, it's insane, which is how much better the responses are with how it gets smarter and smarter every day. So that's why ChatGPT, and then is it still Gemini?
Yeah.
The Google AI, which
Yeah,
you'll see.
Jarvis initially, but I think they got Marvel didn't like that, so.
But when you look it up, you know, you guys might see that now when you Google a question, like last night I couldn't sleep at 12:30, I was Googling who were the first, learning about the history of the first people in America. And then I went to ChatGPT and had it do it instead, because it was more interesting. But that first, when you type in a question in Google, you almost always, the AI response is the first thing that pops up now. You'll see it, especially if it's like a question of a history or whatever. So you can kind of open it there. If you have a Google account, you can get on Gemini and use it. There is a paid version that everything's got a paid version. But I use the free one for a month and kind of on ChatGPT too. And if you realize, hey, this is really, then might be time to opt in for the $20 a month or
Yeah,
whatever.
grow it real fast.
But yeah.
All right, so here I asked it, very lengthy thing, but I basically said that I want an 8-week business growth plan for a realtor looking to close 30 deals this year. And I mentioned that they're not a brand new agent. They've had their license for a while. They've already got a CRM and they have these 50 people. They want to get up to 30 deals this year. We want to give them at least an 8-week starting plan that touches on social media and various places where they can advertise as cheaply as possible. All right, so it's said week 1. So it's giving you a to-do list, basically. Week 1, and it's a lot. So I could say, hey, that's gonna overwhelm these people. Make that about half of that, and it could make it less. So like you can see, the first one is CRM cleanup and plan. And, identify your 10 most likely buyers or sellers and prioritize outreach. This is stuff we've heard, most likely. Update your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all your profiles. Do you have a clear bio that's similar, or at least, or maybe the same or similar on all your platforms? Do you have a similar headshot on your platforms? Do you need a headshot? Is it 30 years old? Whatever. And you look at that stuff and figure out how this is laying your foundation. Commit to posting 4 times a week, and it gives you specifics on that: personal, professional, educational. Decide on your 2 types of videos you want to make. And like I said, this may overwhelm somebody. So maybe you say, hey, that's a lot. Let's just get started with a CRM and Facebook, and it can do that. And then it's got week 2. It talks about generating leads. So this is one thing you can do here. Then week 3 is talking about paid ads. Maybe you don't want to do that. I did tell it we had a budget. So you can go through here, 8-week thing. And then I asked it to give me a chat GPT thing it's the second one. Oh, this is where I asked it to be short. Pardon me, you got 2 ADHD guys teaching you here today, so bear with us. So then I said, hey, can you tell me how chat GPT can help with this whole plan? And so then it did that. It says it can help you by generating email and text templates for outreach. And then it gives an example of one. And then it can help create a CRM follow-up system with reminders. It can help write optimized bios for those platforms I mentioned. And it can generate ideas for your first 10 posts based on your market. So content creation, draft social media posts, generate real estate tips for Instagram and Facebook stories. Does that sound a little more helpful when it's telling you how to do it, where the first one, it was just saying, do all this crap. And this one actually says, hey, I can help you. So, and then it goes on down.
And you can, if you're leave today and you're like, I don't know anything, I don't remember anything Paul and Josh said, you open ChatGPT, you tell it, hey, I'm a real estate agent, I'm new to using AI. What are some of the easiest ways I can start using, I can use you in my business? Give it a little info about you. I've been a real estate agent for 150 years or whatever, however long Darren's been an agent. And you type it in, just give it info about you, and then it can give you, and then it can help you generate the ideas on how to use it, just as you're getting going.
Please don't buy their house.
Oh, my God.
Have you used it for scripts yet?
Yep.
You have?
Yeah,
I love using it for scripts because you can just toss your earbud in and you can talk to it and it'll talk right back to you.
Yeah.
So you can give ChatGPT a scenario and a scenario of a seller or a buyer or a lead or whatever to try to convert them. And then it'll sit there and talk back to you as if it was that person. It's super awesome.
So you can ask it, like this, in this case, I said, can you give me the exact steps to follow? I want to sell 30 homes this year. Granted, it's going to be vague because it doesn't know me, what I do. But I said, helping clients sell 30 homes. What would you say are the most successful things I could do with as little learning curve as possible to do that? So who likes that? I don't want to learn a lot, but I want to do more. So that it summarizes what I said. And it says, track your numbers and reverse engineer leads. This is something that we're told to do here with our business planning. Listings taken, say you took around 40, 75% close. It goes through all those numbers. The action to take, talk to 5 to 10 potential sellers or clients a week, or daily, weekly, book 2 to 3 listing appointments, monthly 3 to 4 new listings. So breaks all that down. And then I asked it to refine it and give me video content. and-
out back here, we can't hear.
Stuff.
You
Well, she's up here then. We got half a dozen empty chairs, but, I'm not gonna share it, so.
But that's for this, and I use it, was you was working on it the other day with a first time buyer SOP. I kind of gave it some information. I was like, help me create a checklist that I can, or for basically help me create a simple checklist I can use in Google to help keep track of where my first time buyers are in the process. You know, just kind of helped me create and it had some things in there that don't apply. Because it was very general real estate information. So I said, hey, cater it more towards mostly working first time buyers and around this price range in Kansas City. And it got real specific. And then I was able to tweak it a little to make it personalized. But it's helped. And now I've got a good first time buyer SOP. We'll see if I actually follow it. That's not me. It can't do that for me. But just kind of helping create those systems that we have access to. And you may go into, we may have access, there may be an SOP that somebody else uses you like. Maybe they've got a Google Drive, a Google Doc that they can share with you how they do it, or you find one online. You can copy and paste that in there, or you can upload the document. Say, hey, this is an example of a first-time buyer SOP. Help me create one personalized for me. And I use that to now I've got a really good, now I don't have an excuse. Like, well, I don't keep track of stuff well. I have an exact checklist on every single thing I need to do, conversations I need to have every time I get a first-time buyer. So I kind of
That's awesome.
started using it to help on that side. And that's the same thing here, kind of helping figure out, you can use it to help you figure out what you need to do in your business. And then, of course, you can use it for all sorts of little simple things throughout your day and your business
So
too.
that'll shorten your appointment if you have a checklist.
Ideally.
For an appointment.
It should. Well,
Yeah.
I've been going on more buyer consults with, broke buyers. So I'm like, I need to, I can't, well, I can't be spending 2.5 hours or hour and a half every single time having a coffee with somebody that wants to learn about maybe buying a house in a year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was one of my things. I was like, I need to get this down. ChatGPT told me I should create an SOP that I'm following. And that's how I started with it. I said, hey, this is an issue I'm having. Having coffee for an hour and a half. I want to get this down to 30-minute coffees where I've given them all the info they need, and then we can move on down the road.
Listing appointments too.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Alex held an open house for me the other day and, I said, I put it in MLS and I told him I'd put that he was gonna have free beer and pizza or something, right? So then we were sharing some images back and forth. So I had to create this one for me. Open house. So he didn't really do that, but it got creative with me for his open house. I said, can you make a funny realistic image of a realtor having an open house with lots of alcohol and booze, maybe a keg? Just make it look like a wild frat party. So that was how Alex had his open house. So that isn't really what he did. But so one thing that AI can help us with, and this would incorporate some other stuff too, and I'll show you that, is we talk to our clients and we pretty much say the same thing to our clients frequently. Like they go under contract, then we tell them, okay, inspections are gonna be done, blah, 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 right? We tell them the same stuff. So I went to a class where this gentleman, another pretty successful agent was talking, and he said his phone only rings for new business. So meaning his existing clients shouldn't have to call him all the time to get what's next. So he made videos saying, and he even says, hey, I'm gonna use my AI twin to share information with you all through the process. So instead of them having to call you, or you calling them, hopefully, or emailing them and telling them the inspections are taking place, blah, 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 this is how that looks. But if you use AI to make a video or a playlist of videos that you can send to them each step of the process. So, and this is where I'm gonna get into captions. That's where I made the Lonnie video. So in here, you can make twins of yourself saying stuff. You program it, captions. I shared a picture of it online too, because there's a lot with a generic name like that. That's why I shared the picture, so you can see what it's supposed to look like when you go into the app store to get it. The free version allows you to make 3 AI videos a month. After that, it's worthless. So I think I had $20 or $25 for the paid version. And so this is one I made in it. And it's just a market update where I look like I'm angry and it's still shot here.
So you still shouted that in caption?
So basically what it has you do a prompt, has you upload it, what is it, have you say certain things and
Yep, I'll show that.
But-
Just go.
basically teach it a little about you. It scans your face, it makes you say different words and then that's what he had Lonnie do. And then you can copy and paste the script in that you have ChatGPT write. You don't even need to write nothing. And then it'll have your avatar say it.
Your live avatar, not, the avatar I made on Facebook.
Yeah, not an
Oh,
animated,
yeah.
it's not animated.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want it.
they call it avatar too, but
The
yeah.
animated didn't.
They call this an AI twin,
Oh, yeah,
but
there you go.
so
Mhm.
for whatever reason,
Try to humanize it, call it
Yeah.
your twin instead of an avatar.
so I can select
Uh,
one of these of myself. I don't know why I'm stumped here. And, there. it is. Or maybe. Not playing. I don't know, but our technology is not working for us today.
Mhm.
You can hear me talking, but the video itself isn't doing it. So basically you go in there and yeah, I've got to turn that up. It lets you create an AI tool. For some reason.
That's one we won't dive super deep because, well, it is a cool tool though. And yeah, so basically you upload picture, it has you say certain things or whatever, trying to create your person. And then, yeah, you can copy and paste any script in there. And that's what he did with the Lonnie video, the video Lonnie. He had the promo video that said, hey, come to this class. That was that. He had used the avatar. He had Lonnie create an avatar. He had ChatGPT write a script. He copy and pasted it in there. And then bam, Lonnie said it.
When you do that is, and you have your avatar, and when you first do all the prompts and scans your face, is the background always the same background?
I think so. But you can create multiple. And that's where you can have a couple different. So if you want you in the office, if you want you in a house, I think you just,
Move around.
yeah,
and
you
do
just,
it?
yeah, you just create a couple different
I see.
twins.
Okay.
But yeah, it is the same
Oh, you
background.
move around and then you run the script into each
Yep.
location that you
Yep.
set up. Okay.
But you guys know Josh has his poop scooping business and he doesn't really want to be on camera talking about it, because he wants to be credible as an agent. And so I had this lady.
I want people to recognize me as
Kind of
the,
looks like Linda Ewing a little bit.
Here, and you know what
I
that
have-
means.
So,
That hidden winter treasure in your yard is about to make a grand reappearance. That's where Poop Magic comes in. Poop Magic makes yard messes disappear. No shovel, no gagging, no stepping in last year's regrets. Just a clean, fresh yard ready for spring. If you're in Belton, Raymore, Harrisonville, Peculiar, Loch Lloyd, or nearby, Poop Magic is offering one-time spring cleanups in mid-March at a great deal. Don't wait.
so
but they have different, and so they have just kind of generic people in there that you can
This
select
guy.
and have do videos too.
Spring is almost here, and you know what that means. All that hidden winter treasure in your yard is about to make a grand reappearance. That's where Poop Magic comes in. Poop Magic makes yard mess.
Yeah, they're kind
Yeah,
of like.
But they kind
I think about it, there's not like a 60-year-old guy in there. It's all
Couldn't,
young.
couldn't you have a dog walking?
I mean,
You have to program in that app. I mean, there are apps that make dogs talk. I've never downloaded those. In that app, you basically go through a 2-minute thing where you make certain gestures with your mouth. You follow the direction on the screen. Put your head in the circle and you make a O sound, a P sound. a
It's
M
more than
sound.
just uploading a
Yeah,
picture.
and then you read about a minute of a script that has all the words in it and all the vowel sounds and stuff and some inflections like the questions and stuff. So it kind of programs, like I had Lonnie do it, it took 2 minutes, and that's why I was able to make him say all kinds of stuff. So, and then I was trying to find one that was me talking. Because you can do it with yourself too. There's Rocky. We've been doing it. He likes this, I don't know. I have more pictures of my dog than anybody should have. But someday I'll have grandkids and I'll do that instead.
yeah.
Let's see. This one,
I'm the youngest, so don't look at me, people. Don't look at me.
Here are 5 must-see events this weekend, February 13th through 16th. First, the Winterlude Jazz Festival at the Midwest Trust Center. 2 days of incredible performances, including KC's own Deborah Brown. Next, Little Women, the musical. at Music Theater Heritage. Heartwarming take on Louisa May Alcott's classic story, perfect for a night out. For something unique, Valentine's Day at the Zoo features special animal activities and zookeeper chats. A wild date idea. Celebrate the Lunar New Year at the Enter the Dragon exhibition at Upper Level Gallery, featuring stunning Bruce Lee inspired art. And book lovers, don't miss the blindsided book launch party at Bliss Books and Wine, a Galentine's Day celebration with author Stephanie Carey. That's your KC week.
Not perfect, but imagine in a year or two, how much better this kind of stuff will be. And I basically just had to make this app make this for me. I didn't get those pictures. I didn't do any of that stuff.
But yeah, you could also, yeah, and that's something I use. I haven't used the avatar or the AI twin, but I have used it. You just upload your video, like I, record my normal video, whatever. Then you can upload it into captions and you can AI edit. It can automatically get rid of filler words, can automatically get rid of pauses. So, as you're sitting there recording a 1-minute video, you're going to have filler words, you're going to have pauses.
Good morning, it's Paul
And it
Fife
can
with the 5
automatically add the
Bringing your cast.
caps, it automatically has the captions, the graphics. So you can still record your own video and upload it and have it edited for you.
This is one where I didn't use the twin of me, the clone. This is just me, but I had it edited. So you can see.
Morning, it's Paul Fife with the Fife Real Estate Team, bringing your Cass County market update for February
images.
2025. Home prices are climbing fast. The median listing price is around $390,000 for Cass County, which is up 15% from last year. That means demand is strong and buyers are willing to pay more to live here. Homes are selling in about 67 days on average, but the best ones, they're gone in a flash. Right now, we're in a balanced market. Neither buyers nor sellers have a huge.
Another example, they're not perfect, but it's better to do that than do nothing. And 80% done is better than not done. So, so that's just an example. Oh, I had this lady read one of my reviews.
Paul helped us sell our home and purchase a new home. Not only were we able to sell our home in just a few hours, we were able to purchase a brand new home and close both deals in the same week. He was always there to answer any questions and was amazing through the entire process. We would recommend him to anyone looking to buy or sell their home. Paul helped us sell our home and purchase a new home. Not only were
Maybe your clients don't want to get on camera, but you can have an AI.
So you just copied and pasted a review from Google or whatever that somebody had left us and put in there and said, hey, be a client reading this or whatever. And that's what you get. So can do a lot of neat stuff with it. I'd start with ChatGPT, and then as you but captions is a really simple way to start using some of that video editing. Captions, CapCut has some AI options too. That's what I use for all my video editing. It is owned by TikTok, so if you're like, I don't want to give China another, well, then find something else. But they got it all anyway, so it's kind of whatever. But CapCut has an option in there. I use for AI editing, and basically, and it's just transcript-based editing. So it adds captions, it pulls it up all up in words or like in text, and I can delete little chunks of video. Like I can delete a word out of there and automatically identifies, like I talked about. It can automatically identify filler words, pauses, and you can delete them all at once. And it automatically takes those out of the video and obviously takes out the audio. So it just kind of punches up my videos.
For CapCut?
Yeah.
But, and that's actually you, not that.
So I want to tell you something here that's really different, really kind of cool. Of course, it won't work without the voice thing for whatever reason, but this is something we get it through Tom Ferry. I think it's going to be available to everybody, but it's got a role-playing feature. So let's say I'm going to be a home buyer and next. No, this is called Revii, R-E-V-I-I.
It's a different AI.
From Tom Ferry, and I think they separated it from their regular apps we use. So I think it's for sale in public. Revii. I don't know for sure if it's for sale in public yet. I know we got first dibs. What personality traits would you like me to have? So the AI. So I'm going to ask it. So this is going to be a home. I'm going to make it a home seller. All right. So I'm going to ask it to be.
You never had rude home sellers?
Opinionated. Or no, yeah, we'll opinionated.
Only were opinionated buyers.
I'm going to be a listing agent. And
Maybe sellers.
What do we want to discuss? What sucks to discuss with an opinionated client? Discussing price adjustments. That's our favorite. All right, we want them to be medium next. And then typically you can talk to it. I don't know if it'll allow me here.
Probably won't.
All right. Tap to talk. Okay. Hello, I'm a home seller. How are you doing today? Okay. So I'm a listing agent. We're gonna discuss a price change. Oops. So, hello, can you hear me? Let's see if it's even gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not with all this stuff.
All right, all right.
But it automatically, and like Aaron said, you can kind of get ChatGPT to do a similar thing, just kind of by prompting it. Probably the paid version, so I think you have to have the paid version to actually talk to it too. But you can kind of prompt ChatGPT to do something similar. But this, Tom, our real estate coaching company rolled out their own AI a year and a half ago. They uploaded all of the real estate coaching info that they use, all the presentations they've ever taught, all of the podcasts that Tom Ferry's done, which he's been doing podcasts for like 15 years, so it's a lot. So it's, and we're able to use it, especially over the last year. All of the agents have been using it, and now he's rebranded, probably because it's going to sell it to Keller Williams. Now that we got a new super wealthy partner that's going to pay $100 million to start using it or whatever. But you kind of prompt ChatGPT to do the same thing, but you can have it role play with you. The Tom Ferry one's cool because it has all of the Tom Ferry coaching information in it. So if you want to say, help me come with the listing presentation, it's like, here, I pulled from the 10 listing presentations from 10 real estate agents that have taught us a bunch of stuff. So
Is that a paid one already?
I don't know if it's actually available to the public yet. But if you sign up for a Tom Ferry real estate coaching, you can.
500, 700,000 a month, what is it?
It starts at, they got 2 levels, and then one's like,
Same price as Maps Coaching, $1,000 a month.
one's about 500 a month, one's about 1,000 a month.
They're worth it, honestly.
They're worth it if you listen to your coach.
All right,
We
so.
would have so much money if we did everything he told us.
You have no choice though.
He just calls us would have been helping when I was in school. So, I just said, hey, I was supposed to read the book, Buy Back Your Time, for a book club. I didn't. So,
You did it? Who's the best?
we just started it. So I listened to it. So I'm just saying, if anyone needs help with the next time we meet, can you give me the highlights so I can pretend to have a discussion about it? So you can summarize any book, give me the highlights. I don't have time for you to stupid book. Give me the highlights of the book. So
150 pages.
key takeaways from Buy Back Your Time, the buyback principle. So, and it just goes through the book and tells you the highlights. So,
Real quick, couple other just simple things. I was doing a transaction with Lonnie. He was the seller, the agent, and the owner. And I just sent an email to him about something, and I was terrified that I was gonna sound stupid. So I typed out my email, I copy and pasted in ChatGPT. I said, hey, can you make me sound less stupid? And it did. Or if you've got to respond to a client and you're like, I don't know how to work. Maybe you got a client that's very sensitive about stuff or whatever. You can copy and paste whatever you were gonna send in ChatGPT, have it punch it up a little. I'm working with a buyer that's a teacher, and I'm afraid to send longer text messages or emails with typos or grammar errors. So I put it in there and have it correct it, so I don't sound stupid. But just kind of those are little things day to day that I'm just like, let me just punch it in here now, because I got it on the app on my phone. It's quick and easy. Just kind of punch up some of my communication. So I sound less like the dumb 23-year-old I am.
I'd also encourage you, YouTube is such a wealth of knowledge. I just typed in ChatGPT for realtors in 2025. I'd put the year, because otherwise you get something from 2 years ago and it's totally changed. So 5 genius ways to use ChatGPT as a realtor in 2025. Seems worthwhile. If you want to be a genius, right? Then there's the $1 million ChatGPT prompt for realtors. I like $1 million. That'd be fun. Spend 10 minutes, 9 minutes, listen to a video, watch a video. Stop it if you need to get the prompts. Some of them might have prompts in the description of the video.
All right, real estate agents, listen up. The game has changed, and if you are not using...
And there is agents, which is crazy, that sell for real money a list of prompts you can use in ChatGPT. I wonder how they created those prompts.
Right.
They went into ChatGPT and said, help create 10 prompts I can put in a document to sell to real estate agents.
Speaking of that, we'll have that list for sale.
$5 a piece. We'll do all the groundwork for you, but
But like, you see, she's got 30 AI tools, those might be free, they may cost money, I don't know, but something else I was gonna show you,
is there any, we're getting to the end. We kind of bounced all over the place, just trying to show a bunch of different examples of how we're using it. And we are still using it at a very base level. If you didn't know, it can code. Like if you can give it what language you want it to code in, create a mortgage calculator and this and whatever. I don't know anything about coding, but I did have it and I tried it and it worked. It was very basic because I don't know how any of that works. But you can type in, hey, creative, whatever. I don't know anything.
Oh, that's good.
But you can give it the language. You can say create code that I can copy and paste into this. That gives me a mortgage calculator and it can create that for you. But I don't recommend that. That's all complicated. Just ask Caesar. I'm kidding. Don't ask Caesar. He's busy. But he's always busy, but always has time for us. We lucked out. But yeah, is there any questions about obviously we covered a lot. Is there any questions you guys have?
right, so.
Pretty cool.
So this is a coloring sheet thing in here. You want coloring sheets, you can do adult coloring sheets. Complicated.
But you
It's
don't
not
want to
says-
keep your clients busy. You want.
Yeah. But you know, what if you wanted to have a coloring contest
Oh, yeah.
on Facebook and give prizes away?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Paul, I just did one on yours. I said, how much faster will I pay off my mortgage if I pay an extra $50 a month and set my mortgage amount
nice.
and my interest rate? And it'll calculate all that stuff for you too, and the 2 years and 5 months earlier. So I know, I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
People.
And say, hey, just use ChatGPT. There you go. Or yeah,
Yeah.
you always never tell any of your clients to use ChatGPT, but you want them to know you're using it all the time. Just use it to answer their questions, but.
So I asked it to make a coloring sheet with the dogs in my reasons, so it just gave me something, so, but I can see that. Oh. we should-
Then on air, hang on.
Um,
One for me, one for
And you
you.
can make that into a PDF.
Yep.
And then.
You can start sending it out, you can copy it.
Working via AI challenge for real estate agents. It's like we had ChatGPT make this for you.
But yeah, but I always start by asking it how I can use it. It knows ChatGPT better than anybody else does. So say, hey, how can I start using you in my real estate business? And it'll give you everything you need.
Right.
So I asked it to make an image of it, Rhodesian Ridgeback, it's the best dogs ever, and it'll make it, I said make it muscular, so it's gonna look silly. And, but the other day, my wife wanted an image of a mouse, a rat dressed like wearing chains and overalls.
Odd request.
It was a joke with her brother, so I made one, and then I said, okay, put a big clock on the chain. And make him beefier, so they look like Mr. T by the time we. See, there's Rocky, he's almost that lean, but,
That's actually pretty good.
so, then I can say,
The more and that's first thing, the more you prompt it, the better the response is gonna be. More info you give it about yourself. Don't type in your phone number, social security number, nothing. Supposedly they won't sell off your phone number. I don't buy it. So, but you can kind of put in a filler phone number. Cause I have the same call to action. I taught it my call to action, text home and it's got a fake number. And every time it creates a Facebook post, I don't have to say, put a call to action in, it automatically puts that call to action, because I've taught it that.
right, so even though Josh says don't put stuff in there, I'm gonna show you some. So I had an MRI. You ever, the doctor sends you MRI results, you ever seen that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for the perineum, yeah, so I said, make it so I can understand what the hell he's saying. And must be my fault. Some of the stuff didn't transfer over. Oh, no, I guess it did give me this. This is the doctor version. And then I asked it for the simple version. And instead of saying that with a longitudinal split tear from the lower aspect of the lateral, blah, 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 it says a tendon on the outside of your ankle is damaged. There's a long tear in it that starts near your ankle bone and ends a bit farther down. So, you know, when they send you the results and they don't call you until 2 days later to tell you what it means, I'm impatient. So I found out the list of things wrong with my ankle. So.
That's a lot. We're going hiking in 2 weeks, 60 miles. We'll see how it goes.
But, you know, oh, I did have it make some stickers for Josh too. These were fun. Cause you know, he likes his toilet, the last one.
They're a little forward. But they're a little.
One video, he gave all these names for the toilet. And I said, make him have long hair and a beard. Porcelain professional,
They're getting there.
laboratory legend, the you can't spell, Throne Master, the Throne Master, so,
I
you
have
know.
no idea how they can figure out how to make it do millions and millions of things. They can't figure out how to make the images spell.
Yeah,
So,
I don't get
here,
it.
Josh.
I'm sure it's super complicated.
this looks like something we
The
need
Lulu
a time
tips.
block for.
Wow.
Cause
You know-
then you really suck your day up.
You sit and watch TV and play with it, that's what I do. And,
Or while at the gym, you just talk to it like it's your
Yeah.
best friend.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm at the gym alone sometimes, so I'm like, oh, it's not.
and it just, you
So
can
here's
go
the
back.
Tuesday
and
home
see
tour,
what you
toilet
asked
troll.
for.
Yep, yeah, and it saves all it. But like I said, the paid version remembers stuff better. So like in every question I ask, it caters it to me as a 25-year-old, whatever, real estate agent in Kansas City. So every question I ask, it responds knowing that. The free version doesn't, but you just add that every time you probably, hey, I'm a real estate agent in this area. But
One
yeah,
thing we didn't mention, if you go to this personalization, see, customize chat GPT. Where's that at, Josh? You know where you go to put your specifics?
Nope. I don't remember.
Uh,
What I talked about.
So there's a spot. And I apologize, I'm not finding it right away. Where basically you can go in there and tell it stuff that you want it to apply to pretty much everything. So it knows we are a team. It knows we're in Cass County, Missouri. It knows my phone number, knows my email address. So when I say include a call to action with my phone number, I don't have to type it in. When I say my name's FYF, I want to say FYFFE, it knows that's how my name is spelled. Even though it spells it wrong in the title over here, it gets it right in the text. And that's where it's nice. But that's all I got. We got to show about our 10 houses to your sister.
Yeah, all over. From here to Clinton, it's gonna be
And
super fun.
so,
Where's the top area she wants to live?
Missouri.
Yeah.
So,
They need a nice outbuilding, as her boyfriend and his dad build cars. They would like his dad to be able to sleep, he's moving with him. They'd like him to be under a separate roof, so an apartment and a shop or whatever. So it's very extended, more so than the house. So we're looking at 6 between here and Clinton.
The
Here's what-
parents end up in the garage, is what I'm hearing.
well, you know, so I guess up to 650, 700, few acres, they don't want like 10. Shop eligible for a lift, so it needs to have a higher ceiling, can't be just a 10-foot ceiling.
Peculiar that just went live.
Outside of town, no HOA, they have loud cars. And that's pretty much the basic stuff. Father-in-law quarters. So this is where it is. I put in custom instructions. I'm a real estate agent serving the greater Kansas City area, and I focus on helping seniors relocate. My name is Paul Fife. I own the Fife Real Estate Team that includes my son Josh. We work all over the entire metro, including Missouri and Kansas. And that's kind of the base I put in. You can customize that as much as you want. So, all right, guys.
Does it automatically SEO optimize it for you?
No.
No.
You tell it to.
You ask it
You
to?
tell it.
Yeah, okay.
And-
I didn't know if you asked it, if it would continue doing
And
that.
that, if you go to,
You never mind, actually. Yeah, you may be, we probably
Instead
could
of
prompt it
that
there.
way, so
Hey,
it knows
optimize
everything.
every post for
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, you could probably do
this
that.
is with Gemini, that's the one made by Google. So if you want to know about optimization, that's the one to play with. Yeah, it's a free version. Go in there and say what videos are getting the most attention or what Facebook posts get the most engagement for realtors or whatever it might be. You go in there and ask Gemini, it's gonna have more updated stats and stuff on that. So,
But ChatGPT is a great place to start. Get in there, get the free version, play with it. If you got any questions, ask ChatGPT the question, it'll answer it for you. So that's nice. Or you can call Paul anytime you want.
Unwanted. Day and night.
Yep. Well, especially, he wakes up at like 3 a.m. So starting at 3, you're good.
so we could do something again later on if you guys want. I'll do another something. Cause there's a lot to take in and there are apps that will completely edit your videos. If you shoot a long video, which I don't know when it really does, but if you shoot a 5-minute video, there's apps that'll take that down to 5 1-minute videos. If you've got it broken up appropriately for that, it'll do that in minutes. And then you can share reels if they're vertical, there's a lot of things you can do.
But it's not gonna replace real estate agents, don't worry. We're gonna be fine. The internet was gonna replace it, it didn't. And something in the 80s, I don't remember, there's something then, that there's a few headlines, real estate agents are going extinct.
Well, if we can
So-
stay home and still sell real estate, I mean.
Wait a
I'm all
second,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Not gonna avoid driving to Clinton for no reason, yeah.
Well,
We'd rather
the
sell-
ChatGPT can eliminate the, I don't know what to say thing when it comes to posting, or meeting someone, answering the how's the market question, whatever it is, you can eliminate that. So, and
Wow.
that's, that's all it does for you. That's pretty well.
When's the right time? Yeah. That's what we need.
All right. I will turn that off.
You know, but thanks for coming.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Hopefully you got some, try that 14-day challenge, see if it, just get some exposure. And then one of those papers you got there.
Oh, okay.
Play with that, and then I'll also give you one on some prompts.
So what's the video editor?
Captions. It's also in the post.
That's what I use for all of my video editing. Captions is the AI. CapCut's the video editing app I already use. It's got some cool AI features, but it's not. But, and I need to send out, I made a step-by-step guide for CapCut editing your first video. In my eye, I mean ChatGPT made it, and I made sure it was right, but I couldn't figure out a way to share it in the Facebook group, so.
Well, I want to know exactly how long. He took a picture of himself.
Yeah, so the Captions app made an AI, twin, is what it's called in the Captions app.